It's Mari McInerney from Craigie here at the Asthma conference in Darwin, and we're just going into the very final stages, and I'm here with actually the two conveners, the Northern Territory conveners. Kim and Bec, can you introduce yourselves, please?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Kim Hayward. I've co-convened the Asthma 2024 conference with Bec, and we are thrilled with how it's turned out. Bec Kilday, my colleague at Royal Darwin Hospital, and amazing co-convenor who I couldn't have hoped to work with a better person.
Can you just tell us your roles, your professional roles?
Sure. So I'm the clinical tutor in the medical imaging department at the Royal Darwin.
And I'm a general radiographer in the Royal Darwin Hospital Medical Imaging Department.
Fantastic. Now, the three themes for the conference were community, resilience, innovation. And when we talked to you beforehand for our preview, you talked about it wanting to have a real Darwin flavour and to highlight the unique environment to work in, communities to work in here in the top end. Yeah. Why did you want to do that? What's different?
So we thought that this would be a great opportunity to bring our community of practice to the top end, and I guess we recognise that there are some really unique elements to our practice up here, and that this would be an opportunity to have a national platform to share some of our stories and some of the challenges that we face, and how we have built resilience within our medical imaging community here in the top end. And we're incredibly thankful to Asthma for taking a little bit of a gamble, I guess, in bringing the national conference to Darwin. It's a long way to come for people, and I guess there was we hoped that the conference would be really well attended, and it has been. It's been fantastic. But yeah, just for us, it was an opportunity for us to really tell our stories, share our stories.
And Bec, did you want to expand on that?
Yeah, I think for me, having graduated fairly recently, made the choice, very conscious choice to come up to Darwin for my practice. It really was that sense of community, spirit that brought me here, but also I think the experiences I've had as a radiographer have been different to anything else I would have expected, even in other rural and remote rural communities. Just the remoteness and.
Can you give a couple of examples?
So I was thinking of an example. So the opportunity to go out with the TB clinics to remote communities, Maningrida. We've had a presentation on this during conference, but it's just you see things you wouldn't see anywhere else, and you get exposed to different aspects, particularly of Indigenous Australian culture, that you don't experience anywhere else in practice. So I think that's something we really wanted to share as part of this conference, is that aspect of our practice.
So given what you hope to achieve here, how's it felt? Have you been able to do that? Have you sensed a vibe in the place? And what are the takeaways for you?
Yeah, I think I really have sensed a vibe that people have embraced. Everything that we've offered, and I think have had a bit of an eye-opening experience in some ways. And yeah, we've only really had positive feedback, which has been fantastic. We're thrilled.
So I've had a lot of comments just offhand from people sort of saying they weren't aware of. So they weren't aware of the National Critical Care and Trauma Response Service at all. I think there was a huge response to Abby's presentation in particular in the plenary, and just awareness of some of the differences and challenges we face, which is what we were hoping for. So yeah.
And standout presentations from elsewhere for you both?
Oh, so for me, the presentation around the incidence of TB in Timor-Leste, and the research project or the screening initiative that Menzies have undertaken there, and shout out to Osma for bringing the Timorese radiographers to the conference, for sponsoring them to come over. That was a real highlight for me.
Fantastic.
I think for me, I chaired a sustainability session, and I think just the combination of presenters I was so pleased with. Everyone sort of bouncing ideas off each other around recycling and how we can make the most of our resources in the healthcare setting to prevent waste, and our local flavour, Dr. Mark, who's very, very passionate about his gardening project, and which I love as a worker at Royal Darwin. I've definitely noticed the difference it's made, so that was probably my highlight. Hearing people talk about their passions in that session was great.
That was a very intense session, wasn't it? It was almost a standing ovation, I think, at the end. It was full on. And for the future now, where do you want to go with this? Is it like, back to annual leave and having to go to the conferences elsewhere? Do you think you've built networks here that will sustain?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I think the professional network within medical imaging and radiation therapy in Australia is really strong, and the national conference is it's a highlight every year. I think now that we've successfully brought the conference to Darwin once, I don't think it'll be too far in the future that the board will consider coming back again, and we would welcome that with open arms.
Yeah, just from the comments I've had of people who've really enjoyed the opportunity to come up, not obviously for the professional aspects of conference, but the sort of the people that have gone travelling either before or after and enjoying the actual territory lifestyle a little bit has been really good to hear. And yeah, hopefully can have Welcome Conference up again soon.
I think I spotted some handling of crocodiles last night, was there? Or was it just a lizard?
No, I think there was a visit from a crocodile last night and a couple of top-end pythons. It's important to throw in the critter experience when you come to Darwin.
Fantastic. Any other comments either of you would like to make about the profession or the conference?
Oh, look, I guess I'd just like to thank everybody for their engagement, and it's more than what we ever hoped for. We're absolutely thrilled with the way the conference has gone, and again, very, very thankful to ASMET for having the courage to bring the conference up here, and I think we've delivered.
I just think it's gone so quick, even not just in terms of the conference days themselves, but I think just from the planning stage, it seems like yesterday when we sort of had our first planning, conference committee planning session, and that was sort of a year ago, but time's really flown, and it's great to finally see the vision being realised.
Fantastic. Thank you both very much. Sorry to put you right out in the sun where there's shadow upon you, but there's no escape from it here in Darwin, but also from a fantastic event. Thank you very much.
Thanks.